Greetings, I'm Hera Dev, and I'm back with a new series. I'm going to play Ostriv, and this is a game that I feel like I am way overdue in doing a series on. Ostriv holds a very close place in my heart, and I have my own little history with it. I'll talk about that as I'm playing the game. But first, let's talk about the game itself. For those of you that don't know, it is a city builder game, and it was created by a solo developer in Ukraine, and it's beautifully done. I think he did a fantastic job. You can tell even just by looking at this menu screen how detailed everything is, and we'll look at all that as we play. But yeah, it's a really great game. I think, in my opinion, it's up there in like the top, like one of the best city builder games I've ever seen. I know I haven't seen every game out there or played every game out there, but to me, yeah, it's really great. So I'm going to start a new game, of course. So I'm going to click on this, and then we'll talk a little bit about the maps here. So you have several different maps that you can choose from. And the most recent map that came up was this map 3 here. So if you see here, this tells you what each map has. So we've got unlimited limestone, which is great because you need a lot of limestone, but it's only limited stone. You also need a lot of stone, depending on what you want to do. So I kind of don't really like that that's limited, because once you run out, once you mine it all, now you got to start importing it and paying for it and stuff like that. I don't really care for that too much. Again, here we've got unlimited iron ore, which iron is a big thing in the game. You need it for nails and metal parts and all that stuff. So if you have unlimited, then you can smelt it yourself. You never have to import it in. But here we've got limited stone and limestone, so again, gonna have to buy it. But this map, everything's unlimited, and I really like that because I don't like messing around. And for the purposes of this series, I think that I'll do this map because I don't want to muck around too much. Maybe in the future, if I do another series, I'll challenge myself a little bit more or something. It's been a long time since I've played on anything other than this map, though. So there's quite a few though, and lots of different configurations with the rivers. This is a big giant lake. Here's the river again. This one also has a little lake and the river. I like that as well. Also, you can choose the type of trees. I like the spruces. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the pines, but I just really like the look of the spruce. So I'm going to choose spruce, and then I'm going to choose map 3, and then I am immediately going to press pause, and I've done that by pressing my spacebar. See up here, I've got it paused, and the reason why you want to do that is because this time will tick down constantly, and your first task that you want to do is make sure that you've got homes for the settlers that are coming. So you start off with 9 families, and yeah, if you don't build 9 houses by December 1st, then they will leave because it's too cold to live in a tent. I understand that. I wouldn't want to live in a tent in the winter either. But you don't want your families to leave because there's so many jobs that need to be done, and getting new families in, you have to do a few things before you can actually get new families in. So press pause immediately before you even start to look at where you're going to place your camp and all that stuff. Okay, so now I have already looked at the map. I've started this map several times. So I've started in all different places. I've started down here, I've started here, over here, over here, and there's different reasons for starting in different places. But you really want to be close to trees, for one, because obviously you need wood to build houses and buildings and stuff. But you also need to be close to reeds, which is all this stuff here, so that you can get thatch, which is for the roofs of your houses and your farm, and I think a couple of other buildings, and we'll look at that. Now, personally, I don't like having my starting camp on a slope. See how there's a slope here, and then there's another one here. And my reason for that has to do with how I placed my first 9 houses. So I've already looked at the map and decided that I'm going to start over here this time, because there's a pretty flat space right here. So you click on this, right? You can sort of see there's a little bit of hills and stuff, but not too bad. So I'm gonna put it right. I have to zoom out and have a look at how far I am from the border here. I want to have a nice clear space around the whole ring, and I'll show you that when I get to it. So I'm gonna put it right here. Bam, there it is. Okay, so now as soon as I place that, you can see this is how many people you've got. 27 people, and it's 18 adults, 9 men and 9 women, and the rest are kids. Of course, kids are not helpful in the job department early on. So, yeah, the first thing that you need to do then is get yourself a forestry, because they need to chop down all the trees so that you can build the houses. Right here is your storage. This is what they came in with. You have 1,000 iron, 1,600 nails, 4,000 thatch, and 10 fishing nets, which that is kind of new. There's been quite a lot of updates, lots of updates since he started the game, but even in the time between, since the last time I played to now, there's a bunch of stuff that I have to relearn because some stuff has happened. So if you're watching this and you know the game and you see me doing something old school and I'm missing something new that could make my life a little bit easier, please leave me a comment, let me know. So this is where we come in, so we don't have to worry too much about iron for a while, or nails, or even thatch for a while. So our focus now, like I said, is forestry and the houses. So we have production. So here's our forestry. And of course we want to place that close to the trees. I don't want it to be too close to the camp, because I need to be able to put the houses here, but not too far away from the camp either, because they have to walk everywhere. And the farther they have to go, the longer it takes, and the more time eats away on, your actual time. So I'm going to put it, I want to put it on trees, and you can always move it, of course, later. So I'm probably going to move it later, but I'm going to put it right here for now, I think. Yeah, I'll put it right here for now. Right here. There. Now this little exclamation point says there's no builders hired. That's because I haven't actually started the game rolling yet. As soon as I hit go, this is your camp center. And see how it's already hiring? These little hourglasses mean that it's hiring. But it's also not hiring enough people. So remember how I said there's 9 men and 9 women? Well, women only do certain jobs, and they don't do building, they don't do forestry. So I have to rely on the men of the camp to do this stuff right now. So there's 9, right? So here we've got 3, 6, 7. The mayor counts as one guy, but he doesn't do any actual labor work. So that's 8. So there's one other guy that you can't hire here. So he'll be a laborer until you have a job for him, which is fine because you always need laborers. Women will also do the labor jobs, so they'll take care of that stuff in the beginning. So here I've hired everybody I can hire. Got the mayor, and then one guy's gonna just run carts and stuff like that. So here's my forest up here, or my forestry. Another thing that you need to build houses is a clay pit, which is this. And now see all these little red and green dots? Well, I can't put it here because there's no clay here. I could put it here, but that'll be in the way. I don't like that. So you just kind of find a good spot. I want it to be kind of out of the way, but also not too far away again, so that they can not have to walk too far. So I will put it, to rotate, you can press F. Down at the bottom, you see there's a, oh, I can't actually show you without it actually being on. Oops. Down at the bottom here, it shows you how you can rotate and slowly rotate and all that kind of stuff, right? So here, I don't want it. Do I want it? Actually, I don't mind it like that. Put it just kind of like this. Bam, right there. Okay, so up here in your queue, they're going to build the forestry first, and then the clay pit. And then we're going to start placing our houses. Now, I have this way that I like to place my first 9 houses, and it takes me a little while, but I like the look of it. It creates kind of a little, you know, like nod to the original settlement area. And it's nice to look at, so I'm going to do it as I always do. So, oh yeah, I also like to choose these villages or village houses with a garden instead of just village house, because with the garden they will grow their own food, and that helps a lot later on, because even though they start off with they come in with food. See, they've brought with them 163 peas, some sallow, some butter, you know, so they're good to sustain themselves for about a year. I think it's about a year before they start needing you to provide them food somehow through the farms and through the trading and all that. But if you give them garden houses, then they will grow some of their own stuff, and that helps a lot. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to start placing the houses. So to rotate again, F. And then if you want to change the size or the shape of the yard, you press F1 and you get these little dots. So I don't want to be too close to this ring, because I'll run into problems with if it gets anywhere near anywhere near anything. See how it says places occupied? It won't let you build there. So have to watch out for that in the very beginning. So this is going to take me a little bit of time to get it all set up, so I'll probably be back when I have it all placed nicely, and we'll talk some more about it. Okay, so now I've got my 9 houses placed, and I'll just grab a house to show you. So anytime that you have something that you're ready to place, I have it set so that you can see everything that's already planned, or that is already occupying space, so that you can see where you want to put something down. You can turn that on or off down here in this overlays panel. Down at the bottom, always show occupied space. So if I turn that off and I go to try and put a house down, it doesn't show me if I get far enough away from it. And you have to get like really close, and then you gotta kind of wonder, oh, what does this look like? But because I wanted to see what the whole ring looked like as I was placing, so that it was nice and even, I like to have this clicked so that I can see everything all the time. And there's a lot more in here that we can go over as needed. I'm going to hide this map because it's in my way. So back to what I was saying here now. So now you can see that I have placed my 9 houses. 3, 6, 9. I've placed them this way, not only, like I said, because I want a nice little neighborhood that is a nod to the original encampment, but also so that they're as close as possible to this encampment so that they don't have to walk too far while they're building it, because they'll go and do their work and then they'll want to go and take a break, go home, have something to eat, sit by the fire, whatever. And if I'm building all the way over here, then they have to walk all the way over there to go back and forth, not only to get the wood and everything from the forestry, but also just to take their breaks. And that sucks up a lot of time. And you do not want to see this hit December 1st till all this is done. After that, go ahead, build wherever you want. You can build all the way over here if you want. Although I can't really guarantee that they'll... Well, I guess the builders will do the job. But if you build like a business or something over there, like a tailor or whatever, getting somebody who's willing to actually take the job and go and work all the way over there as a tailor when everything's over here, it's hard. It takes a lot longer to get them to actually want to go to work. But anyway, so now we're ready to get going. So now I can hit play or go. I have to make sure. I gotta double check. It's been a long time since I played. Forestry, clay pit, 9 houses. Okay. So as soon as I hit go, it's gonna hire the builders. See? And build. So now, like I said, I've got the one guy who's a laborer. He's gonna run the carts and he'll go and get clay and stuff like that for the buildings. And, you can play this game as fast or as slow as you want based on this. So here we're on game speed 1 right now. So this is just like real time, basically. Not really, but as real time as you're going to get. See, they're just walking normally. Here's, mostly the ladies, I think. Except for the one, oh no, 2 guys. Somebody's taking a break already. But here's the ladies all sitting. They've got nothing to do, right? So I like to try and give them labor jobs as soon as possible. And the best labor job to give them this early on is the charcoal pit. Because they'll go and collect firewood and bring it to the pit. And then they will start burning the charcoal straight away, because you need charcoal for lots of different industries, particularly the smithy, which is going to make all your nails out of that iron. So you want to be ready for that as soon as it's time to start smithing those nails. And metal parts. You need metal parts for the carpentry, which is where? I know you're here. Am I blind? Did you change it? Change the name of it? Oh, maybe it's in a different... Maybe it's here. Transport. Yes, that makes sense. Where is it? Anyways, we'll find the carpentry and build that when it comes time. I know it's in here. I've seen it. And they didn't change that much. There it is, Cartwright. They changed the name of it. So this is where you get your carts built and your wagons built and everything gets repaired and all that. So you need to have that, fairly early on. These carts are going to wear out. But anyways, back to the speed. So here we go. We're going at this speed. You can go 5 times speed. So watch them. See how fast they go. Or you can go super speed. And I tend to play on super speed quite a lot when I have a lot of stuff to build. So I'm impatient. I want it done now. And there has been talk about whether or not playing on high speed like this in the very beginning makes it so you don't get your 9 houses in time. Patmos did some testing on that, and I believe he's got some videos up. I'm going to talk a little bit more about Pat later on, because he has a lot to do with my history in this game. But yeah, I'll have a link down below so that you can go and check out his stuff, because man, he's got so many great Ostriv videos. He's been playing this game a long time and he's really good at it. I strive to be as good at it as him someday. So also, you have a little bit of a tutorial. It's not the same kind of tutorial as... Oh, I've made a mistake. Look at this. I already made a mistake. As soon as this was built, I needed to hire forest workers. Okay, so I'm gonna hire 4 of them so that they can get as much wood in as possible. Ah, look at that. It's been a while since I played. So I have to go over here and I have to fire some of these guys because they're they're already hired for another job. So I need 3 guys. Let's see. I'll do the counting in a second. Is there anybody taking a break? I like to. There we go. Okay, taking a rest. You can go. And this little blue bar tells how close they are to finishing their task. So these 2 guys seem to be close enough because they'll finish their task first before they go and take the other job. So now I've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Oops, I hope that doesn't cause me a problem. Look how far we are into March already. I think it'll be okay. It should be okay. But, this might be a lesson in why you need to make sure that you do everything right away. Let's go. Okay. So, as I was saying, yes, this will tell you a little bit of tutorial type stuff, what you want to do at the very beginning. Once you get through like the first few things that you need to do to really establish your town, this will all go away. So let's see if I did it. Now we just have to kind of play the waiting game. I mean, we can start placing other stuff while they're building, and we will. But now I'm really curious to know if that was a detrimental mistake. Let's see. No, they've already got quite a lot of wood there. This is how many logs they have. And up here you can dictate how much of each thing you want to have. If you don't want them to spend too much time chopping too many logs, you can just move it down. Just grab the slider. Just grab the slider. There we go. Like that. But I'm going to leave it at 20. Bark we're not going to worry about right now, but we will need it eventually. Plant trees you can check or uncheck. I think that they just replant as they chop. Or maybe I see you have marked trees for removal. Unmarked trees. Protection. Okay. Somewhere in here there is a way to plant actual trees. I think that is going to be... Where's that going to be? Oh, no, it's up here. Oops. Click on it. There we go. It's up here. Reforestation. So, yeah, you can just... It's like a little fence. See? And then you just click it. And then you just decide how far you want it. Or how big you want it to be. 50 is the... 45 seems to be it. And then you just do it like that. Too long. Well, I'm not going to actually put it here, but then they'll plant all inside this area and just plant a bunch of trees. But I don't want to do that right now, so I'm going to get rid of it. To get rid of it, you right click. Okay, the mayor has moved in, and see, this one tent is gone. So as they move into, these tents will disappear. And then once the city center is, or the town hall is put up, this will disappear. And then this is storage, right? So as soon as we have like all of our industries put up, all this stuff will disappear. And these will go away, and all we'll have left is this fire pit and this well and this little cart parking, which you can get rid of all of it if you want to. I like to leave this original well and this original fire pit just as like a nod, like I said, to the original settlement. And because in decoration there's no, unless they've put it in, there is no option to put in a campfire anywhere. So that's the only campfire you're ever going to see in the game. It does go out, unfortunately, once they're done with it. It doesn't burn anymore, which I thought it would be kind of cool if it did burn, but whatever. And this, of course, your original well. You don't want to just tear that down. And the cart parking, sometimes I take it down and sometimes I leave it. We'll decide. So here's our houses getting built. These guys already sowed their garden. Up until I think it's maybe June, they will sow their garden, and then after that they won't get any. The rest of the houses won't get any actual produce out of it, but these guys will. And these guys appear to have, I think this is raspberry bushes. There's some more raspberry bushes, and they have sown. What have they sown? I can't really tell until it starts to grow a little bit more, but they will grow cabbages and beets and peas and I can't think of what else right now. Corn. Lots of stuff. Lots of stuff. We'll see that when we start building up the market. Okay, it looks like we're doing all right. It's May now. We're on houses 3. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so for industry, you don't want to build it too far away. Again, like I said, they don't want to walk too far to go to work. But you also don't want it to be too close to your houses because some industries will actually make people sick. Like the charcoal pile. That's a tough one. And I believe the iron ore smelting and this lime kiln, all this stuff, anything that creates a lot of like smoke and stuff will make people sick. Probably this too, the pottery, glassworks, ashery. So yeah, you want to keep that away from your neighborhood. So I do like to make like an industrial part of town eventually. But you know, in the beginning you only have so much choice. This area over here is nice and open, so I think it's good for farmland. But of course you can put farmland anywhere. But we're also going to be needing trees, so we might as well start taking trees down. So if I start to build my industry a little bit over here, I guess. Also, something else that I forgot to mention at the beginning of the game when I was placing the camp center, you can use that blueprint for the camp center to figure out where the entrance to the map is. And I'll just use a house right now to do that. So if you just come down to the border line and you just run along it until you see this little blue square, that's your entrance. That's like your doorway to your map area. And then same on the river. I already knew, of course, that they were down here because I've played this map a lot of times. But if you don't know, yeah, just run along the border until you see it. It's quite a big map, actually. You got lots of place to build. It takes a long time to build it right up. Okay, so because I know that the entrances are over here, I know that this is where my trade wagons and my trade ships and new families are going to come in, right? So I don't necessarily want to build my trading area all the way over here, put my trading dock all the way up here, because then the ships have to go all this way to get to it. And if you're waiting for something because you've run out of, say, iron or whatever, and it's time sensitive, you want it to be as close as possible. Or I do, anyway. So I'm going to probably do my industry kind of over this direction, and then that way I can have my trading area kind of over here, and it's not super, super close. And then I'll probably try to do my town center, my town hall, up in here somewhere, which I have done in the past, and it works. It's good. So the first thing that we're going to need, we don't want to run out of nails, right? So no, we're down to 982. That's pretty good. That's going to last quite a while. But the first thing I like to build is the smithy. So let's see, production. That's this one, and we can get the ladies working too. Actually, I'm going to pause for a second just so I can get the ladies working as quickly as possible. So let's see. This forestry is going to move. I don't want the smithy to be that close because again, charcoal. So I think I'll put it maybe over here. Also don't want to have to remove too many trees right away. So there, I have to remove one tree. I'm going to make it the entrance face this way. One tree, there we go. And then that way I can put the charcoal pit behind it. Let's do this. Charcoal pit will go back here. And then that's kind of sort of, I hope that's far enough away. I actually have never quite figured out what is far enough away. So we're going to need to remove a bit of trees for this, but that's okay. We'll use that wood up. So if you want to place multiples, you can hold shift. So I'm going to make 1, 2, 3. For now, that should be good. So those are instant. Unless you have to remove a tree, but this one didn't have to remove any trees, so this one already exists, right? So it's looking for laborers to gather firewood. And this is activate or deactivate. So if you don't want them to actually use the pit, then you can just click that and they won't. But of course I want them to. Also here in your higher options, you have the opportunity to turn off hiring men. You can hire children for this kind of task because it's just carrying wood. That's great. The more hands, the better. But I'm turning off the hire men because I don't want the men to spend their time doing this when that's one of the few jobs that the ladies will do. So turn that off. Resource supply. Labor by hands, labor by cart. You know, for the longest time, women didn't use the carts, but I have seen at least one woman in my game using the cart. So I don't know if that was a bug or an update or what, but I'm just going to leave it checked because it also eventually there will be men laborers. Okay, so now it's not doing anything yet because I've got it paused, but as soon as I hit go again, watch what happens. Boom, all the ladies. They're like, yeah, we can get a job. Woohoo! So they're going to go and fill this one, and hopefully this one will get built quickly enough so that they aren't idle for too long. Another thing that they will do is chop hay, but I think it's a little bit early to try and start getting hay going. I have done that before, but I think it eventually does just kind of rot. So if you're not ready for it right away, don't bother. You need that for like animals and stuff. So I'm not going to do animals for a while. Let's see how we're doing here. We're in July. Ooh, August. October, November. So I've got 3.5 months and 1, 2, 3. Oh, geez, I don't know. You know what? I might not make it. It will be terrible, but I guess it'll also be good. So that you can see what actually happens, which, you know, nothing blows up or anything. You just lose a family and it just makes it that much tougher. Okay. Also, some people are of the mindset that you need to build your thatchery before you're finished building these houses. I'm going to pause for a sec. But I've done the math, and you see how much thatch you have, 1870. So if you look at this house and how much thatch it takes 420. Most houses take 420. I think it's all of them actually. Oh no, that one's only 390. So if you add it all up and how much they brought along, they bring enough for the first 9 houses. It's as soon as you want to build a farm, then you're like, okay, you need to have a thatchery up. But there's nothing wrong with placing it now, and then we'll decide whether or not we need to move this around to say I might need my carpentry before I need thatch. I don't know, we'll find out. That might actually be the case because I'm not going to build my farm just yet because they all have enough food to eat. See, they're not starving, right? They all have lots of food. Oh look, they got some raspberries. They grew corn. I'm pretty sure they didn't come in with any corn. Onions. These guys, I think, had peas, if I recall. Also, if you look, every once in a while, it's just totally random. You can't do anything to make it happen. But these are beehives. So every once in a while, a house will just have beehives. As soon as it finishes building, they'll just pop up, and that's great because then they're gonna produce a lot of honey, and you can buy that and resell it. And honey doesn't go bad. See these bars right here that shows that spoilage? So this cheese is gonna spoil if they don't eat it up, and I'm sure they'll eat it up. Even flour spoils. Oh, bummer. I knew that. Okay, so yes, I'm going to place the thatchery, but I'm also going to place the carpentry, or they've changed it now to, did they change it to Cartwright? Is that right? That sounds like Build and Repairs Carts. Yeah, they changed the name of it, I believe. That's why I got messed up. I think I'm probably going to need that first before I need the thatchery, so I might as well just place it. So I'm going to put it down here in the... Oh, I placed this slightly crooked. That's going to drive me crazy. That's going to drive me nuts. Okay, so I'm not going to put this too close. I'm going to make kind of like a little street here. Just put it there. So yeah, so it'll be like, this will be the street that you can eventually go down to get to this neighborhood, or not neighborhood, this area. And then I'll maybe put some other stuff on this side to kind of separate it from the houses. See the smoke, right? So I would really love to know how close you can build before this smoke is gonna make these people sick. But yeah, if anybody knows, let me know. Okay, so thatchery. I guess I can press go again. I'm gonna slow it down just slightly, just so they're kind of catching up to me here because I'm talking so much. Thatchery is right here. I want it to be kind of close to the water, but I don't want it to be right on the water. Not yet, anyway. Although, do I? I don't know. I like to kind of build the houses around that if I can. So again, we're going to follow this street that we're building. So put that there. And then once I get that built, I'll hire some ladies and they will start creating our thatch. But I like the look of how this ring around this center point looks in the end, and when we get some trees up and bushes and, you know, maybe put in like a little gazebo and stuff. We have all this stuff for decoration. Little archway, and there's the gazebos, right? We'll do that a little bit later when we're not under pressure. Although it tells you while your houses are being built, try decorating. Oh, sure. But I'm focused elsewhere right now. What else was I going to say? Oh, just the look of it. Look at it. Look at how beautiful. And each house is different. It's not just your same cookie cutter. Well, these two look pretty close, but it's not your cookie cutter houses. And when we go place some more houses, I'll show you how you can change them. You don't have to build the house that it chooses to build. You can change which house it is. But from what I understand, I'm pretty sure this is correct, that the game dev based these houses on actual houses from the 1700s in Ukraine. So this is what they actually really looked like. And I think that's pretty cool. Another thing that I was going to talk about as soon as I had this going is if you open up the map, Let's look at the world map. So this is our whole area that we can, work with. These are the other towns that we can trade with. I just noticed this town name changed. Why did they change the name? Maybe people had too much trouble pronouncing the other name. If I could remember it properly and know I was pronouncing it properly, I would say what it was, but it started with a P. Huh, that's interesting. So for the longest time, I thought that our city was named Ostriv. But I have come to learn that the word Ostriv actually means island in Ukrainian. And if you notice, we're playing on an island. So that makes sense. And I felt a little bit like a dum-dum when I found that out. But that's okay. That's okay. Why would I know? I'm not Ukrainian. Okay. We're looking okay. It's August, and we have 4 houses. So let's see. Usually it's about a half a month or so. So August, September, October. Oh yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Phew. Phew. I was like a little bit just ever so slightly concerned there. So yes, lesson, as soon as this gets built, make sure that you get over here and hire some builders. Or I mean some foresters. Also, once you get enough logs, like look at how much wood there is here, you can fire a couple of these guys and put them on building just to get things done a little bit faster, especially if it looks like you're not going to make it. I have actually literally fired everybody in the forestry, put them all on building. As long as there's enough wood in here, you don't actually need anybody working in there. Or even just one guy to like chop firewood and make plywood and stuff like that. But yeah, you're gonna go and you're gonna go and you're gonna go and be in the building. Even though I'm not worried, I don't think I'm gonna not make it. Whatever, I just want to get this done. Just like to get it done. Build houses for all the families before winter comes. Well, we're working on that. See, it tells you still, family still intense. 3, we'll be okay. Try decorating. And then as soon as we get to that point, more is going to come up here. It's going to tell you about your granary and your town hall and the carpentry, if you haven't already built the carpentry. So I'm happy with this placement, and you can see up here that they're removing the trees because they know that I want to build there, so they're going to remove those trees first before they just go willy-nilly removing other trees, which is good. Usually, as the town gets bigger and more places need tree removal in order to build, you have to start sometimes building more forest trees and stuff like that. But if you have the guys to fill it, why not? Okay, so we've got our smithy, we've got our carpentry. What else are we gonna need? Let's see. Snow. The next thing I think that we're gonna start to hear about, industry-wise, after not too long, is clothing. People will start to want to purchase clothing and shoes, and if you don't have those provided for them, they'll leave. But they'll also leave if you're not providing them food. And like I said, your first year you're good, but then coming into the next year you want to start actually producing food. So we have to start looking at putting up a farm. But because I have built all garden houses, all these guys are going to have a lot of produce. Well, they have quite a bit of produce. 42, 38, 37, 60. We already know these guys have peas and They all have kind of basically the same thing. These guys have tons of honey. Look at that. Awesome. These guys didn't get to actually grow anything, but they might give up some of their peas. I don't know. So I'm going to look at a granary and a couple of market stalls. So where do I want to put that granary? Well, I don't want it to be too far away. I'm probably going to have, let's see, all industry here. I'll probably have a bit more neighborhood in here and some more neighborhood here. And over here, maybe some farm. So I thought for a brief moment putting the granary down here just so it matches up aesthetically. Granary is in the trade and transport. You have a big one and a smaller one. It just has less slots that you can fill with different types of stuff. I rarely use this one. Sometimes I'll use it if I need, some potatoes and flour extra or something like that. But I'll usually do this big one. So I was thinking I'm putting it right here, and it will serve all these people. But then as I build new houses, those new people will have to walk over. But that's okay. I kind of like it right here. So I'm going to put that right there. And granary is another building where women will work. So as soon as it's built, I'm going to turn off the hiring men and hire some ladies. And market stalls, same. That's another place where ladies will work. So I'm not ready for them yet, but I can place these market stalls. I just won't hire anybody yet. I think that I will put it... Eventually you need quite a few of these, so I like to kind of plan it out ahead of time. Again, hold shift. Place it however you like. I love the fact that this is not a grid building game. You can put things wherever you want. I think I will map out 4 for now, but I may not need to use them all right away. I like to have it very symmetrical. That's a little bit far out, but that's okay. I'm going to try not to think too hard about it. So when I'm ready to actually purchase food from the citizens, then I will hire a worker. Right now, I can just do this so that later I might, I won't forget. You can also go apply to all. So that applies it to three buildings plus the one that you just did. So that's all 4 of them. But also, I'd like to double check and make sure it's not actually automatically hiring because I'm not ready for that yet. Again, you can do the resource supply, worker by hands, worker by cart, labor by hands, labor by cart. I just check it all. Eventually, I will have carters and wagons, so I just do it now. Apply to all. There we go. And then when you're ready to actually sell stuff, you come up here and it tells you all the things that you can sell. And see, there's so much. So that's why you need, if you want to be able to sell everything, then you need so many market stalls. Later on, when you build these row houses, they do have sometimes a store in it. Let's see, where is one? Store. Right? So the bottom floor is all store, and it has 8 of these slots instead of 4. But that comes much later. So what just finished? Something just finished. So that's another thing you can see if you missed a notification up here. You can go up to here to this message log, and it just tells you. I was trying to scroll, but there's nothing to scroll. So September. So the last thing that happened was right here. It was a house completed. There, I placed my market stalls. Right, just tells you everything that you've done. This will also tell you if somebody has died, if a family has moved out, if somebody has gotten sick or injured, everything that's been constructed, anything to do with your animals. As far as their health is concerned, I don't think, it's not going to say, so-and-so milked this cow or anything like that. But that would, could you imagine the message log? That would be a lot. Okay, so we can hit go again. As soon as this house is done, are we ready to? Yeah, there's nothing standing in the way from building this. Very good. Let's see how we're doing on nails. 630 nails. We got lots. That's good. Make sure that you build your smithy first, because if you build a whole bunch of other stuff and then you go to build your smithy and you run out of nails, unless you have magically built your trading post ahead of time, then you are screwed. Because you don't have nails to build your smithy. I think that you can take down houses and stuff like that and get a few nails back, but I don't think you get them all back. I'm not too sure about that. The first time I ever played this game, it was such a gong show. It was so funny. I wish I was recording it because it was so bad. It was so bad. That actually brings me to my history with this game. While we're waiting for this to build, I'll tell you about that. I saw this game being played by a gamer that I watch. I don't even know how long ago now. Probably about 8 years or so ago. And I saw the game and I was like, I really love that game. If I ever get a PC, if I ever get into PC gaming, I want this game. So, like 5-6 years later, I finally got my first laptop that was actually able to run games. And I was like, this is it, I'm gonna get it. So I bought the game and I tried playing it, and I had that total gong show of a build. And I realized that I need to learn. There's a lot of stuff that I hadn't learned about the game. I did everything wrong. Just everything. So I started Googling, how to do different things, and I got to the trading post and came to realize that I had no idea what you do with your trading post, how it works, and I really wanted to understand how it worked. So I put that into Google, and the first thing that popped up under the videos tab was this guy called Patmos, and he had a tutorial video that told me exactly what I needed to know about the trading post. So I watched it and I learned exactly what I needed to know, and it was great, and I was super happy with it. And I actually realized that he sounded very familiar in his accent, and I looked into it a little bit more, and I came to realize that he was Dutch, and he was reminding me so much of my family, my childhood, because I'm Dutch on my mother's side. So, I already felt it like an instant, camaraderie or whatever with him. So I watched a whole bunch more of his videos, and I really, really liked them. I thought he was really great. So I subscribed to his channel, and I just binge watched every Ostriv video I could find of his. And then I noticed that he was live streaming, and so I was like, well, I'm going to go and watch this guy's live stream. And at first I just watched the streams. I didn't actually engage in the chat or anything like that. And then one day I finally decided to actually get in there and chat, because everybody seemed so nice. Everybody in that community is so amazing. So I started talking, and sure enough, they welcomed me immediately. They were so welcoming, so awesome, so great. And the rest is kind of history. Obviously, I'm pretty in there now. I know I haven't been around a whole lot. If any of you are listening, I've been there lurking. I just haven't chatted a lot because I've been very busy with stuff. But yeah, if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be doing YouTube at all. So it was Patmos and some of the core community members there that encouraged me to do this. Pat was the first one I ever joined in game in a live stream, and I was really nervous, and he was super helpful and super encouraging. He told me so much stuff. He taught me so much stuff, and still does. So shout out to Patmos. Make sure you go and check him out because he is awesome. How are we doing here? We're still working. Yeah, so that is my history with the game. So if it was not for this game, I wouldn't know any of you. I wouldn't be doing this. I don't know what I would be doing with my life, but I probably wouldn't be gaming. So thank you, Ostriv, and thank you, Patmos, and thank you everyone who's subscribed. I really appreciate that you've joined me on this journey. Hopefully it'll be a nice long one. I'm really enjoying it. Also, can I point out that the music in this game is lovely? It gets stuck in my head, and as I'm just going about my daily life, it's playing it's playing a little theme song in the background for me. Okay, the smithy is done. So we want to hire somebody. We need some workers in there. So we'll hire one guy for now. Let's see. All of our houses are done, so we're not worried. Look at that. We made it in no time. We could have gotten even another house in there. I guess we can hire 2 guys. And we'll go over here and we'll fire 2 guys. Why do I only have 1 guy here? Oh, I've only got 1 guy in the forestry? No, I've got 2. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh. Okay, as long as I've got 2 guys in here, because you need 2 guys to chop down a tree. Right? Okay, so I'm gonna hire 2 guys here, so I need to fire 2 guys over here. You're out. Who's almost done? You're almost done. There we go. You guys go and build me some nails. And then when this carpentry goes up, we're going to need at least 1 guy in there. So we're going to have to fire even 1. See, even 1 more. So now this is where you start to see where you need more people, right? You need to get more people in. Because every time you build a new industry building, you got to fire more and more guy. And then all of a sudden you don't have anybody to do any of the building, right? Oh, Cartwright. Okay, that is completed. So now I need 1 guy in there. Perform preventative repairs. You wanna do that. Otherwise the carts will just break. And they won't actually fix it until it's totally broken. So I need 1 more guy. See, here we go. We're gonna knock you out. There we go. Fortunately, like I said before, I hope I said before, that the thatchery will employ women. So some of these ladies that don't have a job right now. Let's see. Looking for a job. 9. 9 women looking for a job. Oh, 8. Okay, somebody must be filling a charcoal pile or something. Or sometimes they just don't want to work, right? They're not looking for a job because they don't feel like it or whatever, or they're sick or something. Okay, so, oh, there's the thatchery. Very good. Okay, now we can hire some ladies. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I didn't even have to change it because they just immediately took the job, but I'm still gonna do that. There we go. Okay, so now they're gonna go and collect the reed. See, they're already doing it. And when it dries, that's what makes this roof material. So the buildings that take that are the houses, the tavern, the cow shed, the chicken coop, sheep farm, pigsty I never do, the farm. Does the fishing dock take that? It looks like it, doesn't it? Anything with this beigey colored roof, I think. Huh. Oh, and the hop yard. So that probably means... Oh, no. What? Really? Why would the hop yard have it, but the orchard doesn't? It's odd. So, thatch is important, for sure. And how much have we got left? 190. See, not even enough to build even one more house. Never mind the farm or anything like that. So, yeah, it's definitely a good time to get that going. Okay. So, we've just kind of got stuff started. Here, now see it's saying build a granary to buy food, which we are going to do. That is in progress right now. Normally, if I wasn't so busy yakking, I would just be like placing blueprints and this queue would be full. Sometimes I've had it so full, it's so super tiny you can't see anything that's up there because it's all so small. But that's okay. That's okay. I can always hit pause if they finish the granary before I've got something placed. Build a farm. Yes, I'm going to do that. Build more village houses. Oh, yes. Okay, so notice that... oops. I'll just hover over that. Notice that under migration status, not enough food for sale. No housing available. No jobs available. Nobody's going to move here until I have all of those things in green. So food for sale, that's the granary that we're building right now. And I'll fill up the market stalls with food and get them selling. And then once that happens, that one will go green. Housing, obviously I need to build some more houses. Jobs, build some more industry and create some more jobs. You know, it's pretty straightforward. Oh, granary's done. Woohoo! Okay, let's press pause now because I don't have anything being built. Oh, and we're coming into December, so the snow is going to start to fall. This is actually good timing. So now here, again, I can go here, uncheck that, and I've got 4 ladies working in the thatchery. So that means that there's 4 looking for a job. Somebody's not looking for a job for some reason. But I also want there to be some people available for just laborer positions. Otherwise, nobody's going to haul these carts around and carry stuff around for me because everybody's too busy working at the actual job. So I'm only gonna hire 2 in here right now. Actually, you know what? I only need 1. To make that go away, just right click it. So I'm just gonna hire 1 lady in here because it's really not that much. Now you can go up here and you can copy the list that you already have here and then go and click on another granary and it'll just instantly fill it all in. Or you can set the resources automatically from production, which means from your farm, which of course I don't have any. If I click this, see nothing's happening because I'm not producing anything, right? Here, set the resource automatically to buy from locals. This is what we're gonna do. Let's just see what happens. These are all the things that they have and might be willing to sell to us. Now, 2,000 of each of these items, if we buy this much, which they don't even have to sell us, but if we were to buy this much right now, and we've only got like 20 people, or 27 people to feed, food does go bad. So we're going to spend all of our money and buy all this food, and then it's just going to sit in the market stall and go bad. So there's no point in buying that much of everything. Do we even have... Does everybody have this stuff? Is there horseradish? I didn't see any horseradish. There's some cabbage there. Okay. 55. What do these guys got? They don't really have much for sale. Some peas. That's about it. Oh, these guys have cucumbers. Oh, they've got horseradish. There we go. Okay. That's where it... Okay. Well, I could just have like a nice variety of food, but then I have to put somebody working in all of these stalls in order to sell it all, right? So each one's going to give me 4 things, and I've just hired 1 lady, so I'm going to have 3 ladies looking for a job, so I can have 3 market stalls up, but then I don't have any laborers, so I'll probably only put 2 up. That leaves only 1 lady as a laborer. Maybe Maybe I should just do one for right now until a new family comes in. That might be an idea. So I'm not gonna buy all this stuff right now. Make this all go away. Come on, click, click, click. So slow, click, click, click. Okay, come on. Come on. There we go. So I'm gonna just choose what I'm gonna buy. I saw, what did I see? Actually, I guess I could have just looked at this. Honey, that's one thing that I definitely want to buy. But I'm only gonna buy like 200. And here you have to go buy from locals. You have to click that, otherwise they won't buy from anybody. Onions, I saw quite a few of those. I'll buy 200 of those as well. Cucumber, also, what does everybody have? Because then they're not going to want to buy it. Hang on a second. You don't have any onions, so you'll probably buy some, but you do have pumpkin, okay? You have lots of onions and lots of beets. You guys don't have any beets. Maybe I'll get some beets. You got peas? Everybody's got peas. Everybody's got peas. Nobody wants to buy peas. Every single house has peas. Look at that. That's hilarious. Okay, I'm not going to buy any peas. I will buy some pumpkin. I'll buy some beetroot. I already bought onions. And honey, right? Okay. So honey, onions. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. Come on. Come on, X. Beetroot, I'll take 200. Raspberry, no. Garlic. Why didn't it give me... Oh, maybe because the thing was full. That's why it didn't give me pumpkin. So I can just choose that. Pumpkin. 200. Come on. Click on it. Click on it. There we go. Click these. Now, when I hit go, I should hire a worker and I should instantly start buying. Let's see. Go. Yeah, hired a worker. Maybe if I go a little faster speed. There we go. Yeah, see, now I'm buying onions. I'm buying honey. So now I need to get one of these market stalls up. So, what did I buy? I bought... Wait, what did I buy? Honey, onions, beetroot, pumpkin. Okay, so beets, onions, honey, honey. There we go. Onions, pumpkin. For some reason my brain doesn't want to see the word onions. There we go. Okay, so I don't have a worker in here yet, so I better hire someone. There, now everything's covered. I've got one market. And now if I go up here, see how it says I've got enough food for sale? But I still need to build a house before anybody's going to come. And some more jobs. But see, even hiring one person in this market stall, or adding one more person in the granary or whatever, that's enough to okay, now there's a job available. And people will drag their entire family so that one person can work at one little market stall, which of course is not great. I try to make sure that there's enough work for all of the adults. And you know what? The other adults will do labor jobs. As long as one person can get an actual job, they will come. So I think that I'm probably going to stop here. We've come into winter. We're going to come back in the next episode and build some more housing and try and get some more people in here. Build out my industry a little bit more. Talk about the farm. There's so much to this game. And like I said, so much new stuff has happened that I have to learn now. So I'm a little rusty. I haven't played in about 6 months. So bear with me while I get my footing again. But I hope you enjoyed this. Hope you enjoy this game. If you haven't played the game, you want to check it out, do it. I encourage you to do that because it is such a great little game. Love it. It will always be probably one of my most favorite games ever. Not probably, definitely. So, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, make sure that you hit the like button. And if you're not already subscribed and you want to follow along with this series or other series that I do, please subscribe. And yeah, I will see you next time. Bye for now.